Hello and welcome to a Project Cars video. It's been a while since my last video, or even since my last Project Cars video. But yeah, here we are. This is the AOR GT3 League Season 2. I actually didn't plan to sign up for Season 2, but after the first race I did. And I have the honor or the opportunity to race in the Elite League, which is Split 1. I raced in Split 2, the Pro League, last season. So I do not expect too much from myself, just have a good race, I hope. And yeah, we are waiting for some cars to go through to get a free qualifying lap. Currently in P15 with a 27.6, which is not too bad, but I know I can improve on this lap. So taking as much speed as we can onto the start-finish straight. This is a car coming out of the pits, braking down for turn 1 into second gear. Running wide here, the exit was not good at all. That affected our speed out of the corner now, down the hill into the old hairpin. Into third gear. Shifting up the gears and up the hill, 1.5 tenths. We're down on our time, which is not very great first sector. It's a very fast section here, missing the apex here and running wide again like turn 1. Not good again, second mistake we made on this lap here. And here it's very important to take very much speed onto this straight here. We managed that quite well for my standards. I'm just waiting for the curb to break down for the quite tricky chicane. A little bit of a cut there, quite yeah, scruffy. 2.5 tenths down, so we have to nail these last 2 hairpins here. Down into first gear. Running a little bit deep, but the exit was quite okay. Now waiting for the last corner to break. Again into second gear, taking a wide entry to have a tight line here and a good exit, and that's a lap here around the Donington Park. It's a slight improve, 1/10 at 127.5, which is yeah, I think 3/10 off my PB, but not too bad. So F1 Massa, also a rookie, on pole with 5.5 tenths in front of Kaki. Very impressive time from Massa there. After all, 14 and 3rd, we have Maisie, who gained P2 in the last race at Hockenheim. Then we have Andrex, the winner of last season, and also Hockenheim. Brownski only in 6th. I think he suffered from some lag issues. Japan 7th, Mini Black, Tipple, son of Mar Poppleton, AJ, RC Monster, Silver Arrow, the champion from the Pro League last season. We are just behind him and in front of Physifan 91. Ryan Smith in 17, Mikael Notstra, Kenisby, CQMS, and yeah, that's the grid. Actually, very many cars, and I can say beforehand, Massa and Notstra disconnected from the race, so we are only 20 left. We're waiting for the light to go out, and away we go for round 2. I think quite a good start off the line, overtaking Silver Arrow there on the outside line for turn 1. We could have gone to the inside, but yeah, we were quite cautious through there. Side by side with Kenisby now, but he backs out of it, and now we're side by side with Ryan Smith. Is that going well? Still side by side here through the old hairpin. Can we make it around the outside? We're squeezing a little bit to the apex, having a better exit. So once position gained after starting in P14 because Massa disconnected. The pole setter, very unfortunate for him. Just try to find a rhythm as always, and yeah, P13 or even scoring points, and the first 16 cars will score points. That is our aim today. Would be quite good for us.
Penalty.
Sorry, mate.
Quite near together, although the top 3. Oh, we ran wide here. That allows Ryan Smith to go up and inside for the hairpin, also braking later than us.
Next to me, Maisie.
And that's 1 position lost to him. Well, actually, Fizzy was also there on our inside. I didn't see him. So completing now the first lap. Actually, we are there where we started, so that's quite good to see. Last season I suffered from bad starts in almost every race. So yeah, very much on the inside here, hitting the curb too hard. Not very into this race here. We have two cars going side by side here through the old hairpin. I think that's I see Monster and AJ, if I'm not mistaken. And AJ goes past now, and Ryan Smith also wants to go past. I see Monster or Pedro. We know him from AOR PC Split 1 Season 9.5 in F1 2013, and now Fizzy wants to make a move maybe on our inside. We leaving him room, but yeah, running very wide, too wide, and losing out to Fizzy and also Silver. So down to P6 in the last paying point position now for us. Oh, and AJ made a massive mistake here out of the chicane, which is quite tricky sometimes. And Silver capitalized on us because Fizzy had to go out of the way of the sliding AJ. So Silver now got past Fizzy. We just settle back just to find our rhythm, as this is very important. This will be a long race over 1 hour, and this track does not really forgive any mistakes, so we really have to be concentrated during the entire race. Actually, we started on the hard tires. We try not to make a stop, but I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Just see how bad the tire wear is for us. Fizzy running quite wide here, but we're not making a move or something here into this corner here. That would have been very aggressive, too aggressive. Yeah, and the cars in front here, the 3 cars in front, are pulling away a little bit because Fizzy made that mistake. But yeah, it's really early in this race. Only lap 3. Going for the chicane and sliding a little bit into the chicane. Also, the exit was not very good. AJ coming is nearer and nearer, and braking actually very late for the hairpin here. Much later than we did. We're leaving him room here for the inside, and now he's having the outside line for the last corner. We have to take a very side line through that affects our exit speed, and now AJ is on our outside for turn 1. And he's braking later. Can we make it here on the inside? No, we can't. He had the better exit, and we're losing out to AJ again after he made a mistake. And also CQR Miles is wants to make a move on us, maybe. Just braking a little bit too late for the old hairpin. Oh, and also sliding almost into Miles. And yeah, that's... Now we're out of the point paying position.
On the front or on the softs.
But we're still at the back of this queue. We just try to hang on to this. Our lap times are not very great. 32.6 and 29.9 is not very... That's what I wanted to do. I want to do something like 28.5 or something. That would be very great if I could keep that pace consistent. AJ again made a mistake into the chicane, and again he lost position to us and also CQR Miles. And then the field in front of us is pulling away slightly, which is not very good for us. So now 4 laps of this Grand Prix are complete, and we're switching on to lap 6. We're in the hairpin now. AJ is right behind us, and actually the CQR Miles is now 1.2 seconds in front of us. which is not that bad. The queue's also not that far in front, so we still have good chances here to get some, a better position than P16, 16. Oh, we're braking too late for the last corner. That allows AJ here to go up by inside. Maybe we had a better exit. Yeah, maybe still side by side almost. We're again having the inside for the first corner, which is not very good because you have to. Yeah, it really affects the exit speed you have, and AJ is again now overtook us again. Also not a very good line from us through the old hairpin. Now we are on lap 9. This will be our fastest lap of the race. I'm just showing this to show how I could have driven during the most of the time during the race, but yeah, I didn't manage to until now. As you can see, the lap times at the top 29.2, 32, 28.6, which that's a pretty good lap actually for me. But still not too far behind. Actually, the queue also the queue was also made some mistakes maybe. So AJ and also CQ Miles catched up to them again. We're only 1.6 seconds behind him. So again, we still have chances here. It's a pretty good lap so far, 3 times faster than our previous lap, our best lap of the race. Also taking quite a good line through the second to last corner. And not really catching up to AJ, but we're just equal at the moment, just equal. When they start battling, which they do now, maybe we can catch up to them again and have some chances here to gain some positions back. And we are on lap 14. The field's red a little bit, and we have now 3 cars in front of us. The others have pulled away. So we're now coming into the Old Happens only corner I know the name of this track. Running too wide here at the exit, and that was spinning slightly. As I said before in qualifying, I don't really like this corner. In practice, that's the corner I made the most mistakes in. Yeah, lap 16, lap 16, still in P17, still behind CQR Miles. And I think AJ and Tipple, I think that was in the queue before, catched up to the field again, and we're making exactly the same mistake. Starting a little bit more, couldn't get the car under control. Now we have it under control again. But we're getting more and more inconsistent, losing pace and losing space to the cars in front, which is not very good, not at what I wanted. Yeah, and on lap 24 we lost the gap to Tipple. Is now 10 seconds, and you can see the lap times 29.2, 31.1 and 34. It's just not that what I'm aiming for, just not that what I could do, or yeah, it's quite annoying. Again, running a little bit wide, coming on the curb, and yeah, now the first car is lapping us. This should be Cocky, yes it is, who leads the Grand Prix by quite a big margin actually. So actually we are on P16 because Ryan Smith or something had a collision with Poppleton far up in front, and his car is now very severe damage, and yeah, that's why he's quite slow at the moment, but he's still catching us at the moment because we making so many mistakes. Actually, at this stage, I felt that the tires are starting to go off. I felt some vibrations on my wheel, and so I decided to go into the pits to not risk anything, because there's nothing really I can risk at the moment. I'm so far back, CQR Miles at the moment. And actually, I thought Ryan Smith would also pit because, yeah, he had that collision. But actually, he did not. So we're going into the pits on lap 24. And actually, I wanted to select another strategy. This one here, and that was took us quite long, and his pit stop is going very, very long, almost half a minute or something. Now the tires are changed, hopefully soon.
Cheers.
That we can leave the pits. Come on. So, let's see, we are still in P17. Let's look where MK is, who was not that fast during the entire race, but we lost that massively now. Just now, yeah, that's MK right behind us, and we're now on fresh tires. I don't know if I'm on hard, mediums, or soft, so I actually don't know. So, and now we're on lap 17. That car in front is a car who lapped us. It's a silver arrow, and that's as I said, the champion from the Pro League, and we had some close batting, especially in the last race of the season. So I thought,
what the hell was that?
oh my god, that son of mine coming back on track, and like when I didn't know where to move. Sorry for that. But I hit him into the back.
Yeah.
I had that in the practice.
So as I wanted to say, before this race, I was aiming for to be close to Silver Arrow or Notstone, who unfortunately disconnected, as close as I can. Although I was a little bit lack of practice because I didn't actually play the game since Silverstone, and I did a fair amount of practice actually for this race, but yeah, it didn't pay off. It just didn't pay off, and we're now on the last lap, for me at least, because we were lapped. The race has already finished. Kaki won the race by quite a bit margin. Very, very impressive stuff from him, taking his first win in his second race, I think.
I'll take this considering my issues.
So we're still lapped by Son of Mo, who is now in front of us, and actually because the cars behind me were lapped twice, so now the game says I'm P19, but yeah, that's just a little bit of a bug.
Yeah, I lost.
Now in the standings, it's correctly we are P17 coming around the final corner, and yeah, that's round 2. Round 2 finished around the Donington Park. We're not scoring any points today. Not a good race from us. My pace wasn't good. My consistency wasn't there. And yeah, in the end, the Kaki won the race 25 seconds in front of, after all, 14. Brownski in 3rd. Silver Arrow in 4th. Very, very impressive stuff from him. Andrex in 5th. Tipple Fizzifan starting in P16 or something. Now in 7th, Son of Ma, Arsimonster Poppleton, Mini Black, AJ Maisie, Secret Mars, Jepa, Ryan Smith, and then me, Michael Martin Kuchera, and yeah, the others one didn't finish or disconnected. And that's basically it for this first race. I hope you enjoyed the video, maybe not the race, but yeah, I hope I can do better in the next round, and I see you next week with the next Project Cars video. Until then, bye bye.